Hey guys, so back in August, your girl graduated college. I never decorated my hat for high school, so I for sure had to decorate it for college. So the very first thing I had to do was come up with some type of title, something to go on my hat. And reclaiming my time was just that. I actually got that from Maxine Waters. If you don't know anything about that, just Google it. So let's just get started. The first thing you need is, of course, your cap, glitter letters, craft paper, beaded border, a glue gun, scissors. See, I'm using a hot glue gun. It's very important to use something that will actually stick to your paper, especially because mine is glittered. I got all of my supplies from Michaels. So the first thing that I had to do was get the paper and align it with the cap. You don't want it to be too big, and of course, if I just stuck this glitter paper on top of my hat, it would be extremely too big. So you want to go ahead and take the measurements. Luckily, it's already in a square, so all you have to do is match the corners with the corners, and then just go ahead and outline the cap. Next thing, take your scissors and just cut it out. I would say to do it a little bit bigger than the cap just because you can always cut off the excess borders. But if you cut it too small, then you have black showing. Next thing, I flip over the paper because it is glittered and I need to make a hole where the actual, I don't know exactly what it's called, but the little black circle that's at the top of the hat, I outlined that. I bent my paper in half just a little bit so I can cut it and make that section open. You do not have to do that, but I would suggest you do, especially because you'll have your tassel and you want it to fall on the left side of your hat. If you do not cut an opening, you cannot insert your tassel. So I bent the paper and now I'm making small incisions along the first initial cut. And you have to be very, very careful with this. If not, you will legit create a hole in the entire paper and then you will have to get a new one. So as you can see, I made my hole extremely small and now I'm just trying to put my finger there and stick it right over the little knob on the cap. I did mess up a little bit, so if you have one of those circle things to draw it out and cut it out, that's great. But I was not going to buy extra stuff, and I just said, you know what, these scissors are gonna get this work. This paper is gonna get this work because I am not gonna buy nothing extra. Mind you, poor college student at the time. Now, next, I decided to put a picture of myself on my cap, and I created this from a cartoon. The paper was a little bit too big, so I decided to cut out all the white spaces. If you want to see how I actually created this cartoon, leave a comment down below because honestly, it was very easy and it was also free. Shout out to all the incoming graduates. Drop a comment down below when you're graduating, whether it's high school or college. Just put your name and say class of whatever, and just congratulations. So this is the picture after it's done, and I'm just laying it to see exactly where I want it. I have a vision in my mind of exactly how I want my hat. So if you're like, oh, she's just putting this on here, like, no, I thought about it for weeks in advance of exactly how I wanted this hat. I looked at tons of videos and then I finally decided how I wanted to lay it and what I wanted it to say. So now I'm just cutting out my letters. They are black glittery and they also are sticker letters. However, I didn't want to just stick them on there without knowing exactly how they were going to lay. So this is me cutting them out and laying them on there. I am not taking off the back so they can stick. And when I actually put it on, I'm going to glue it down. So once I'm done, I go ahead and I try to arrange the letters in the perfect way, in the perfect space. And as you can see, I also added some beads at the top because I thought what would be so cute other than to just have reclaiming my time would be to literally add a clock to it. And so that's exactly what I did. And so I also have some beaded border, which I also thought would be very cute. And it came out cute. So once I decided how everything was going to lay, I took everything off, glued down the paper, and then I started to glue all the letters, all the beads, all the everything. So just keep watching if you want to see how this turns out.